questions here, and I actually wonder if those of you who've spent some time in shelters or doing outreach have seen the settlements along the freeways, the tents or the structures that people set up. Maybe Kelly, you could tell us a little bit about any of the interactions that you have with folks who live in those settlements, and what, you know, kind of that's obviously a segment of the population.
One more minute.
I haven't seen those settlements. So I will not listen to this.
Good answer.
When I was working for Alpha Project and we were doing outreach, we would spend a lot of time going to settlements all over, down in the riverbed, along the freeways, crazy places. I went crazy places with Alpha Project. And the thing with most of the people in those encampments is they create their own little pocket society with its own rules, and they're out of the way. And the only time they really get bothered is when people like us, or Caltrans, which owns the property, or I'm not sure who owns the riverbed property. Is it city that owns that? And they would contract for cleanup. So we would go down and do outreach, and then the crew would come behind for the cleanup. But it's just, they're microcosms of society. They are a small group of people that have come together for safety, for companionship, for the reasons that we all band together. No different than any of us, just in smaller pockets. And most of the people that go off to those areas are just trying to stay out of the way.
So, Rick, though you've not seen them, if you had, hypothetically, what do you do? What do you do with communities of people living in tents on freeways and overpasses and that kind of thing?
Hypothetically. The police department only responds to homeless complaints from the community, where we don't usually go out and self-initiate any of this stuff. So communities will call, or people that own the property in the riverbeds, or wherever it is, we'll go out and initially give them a warning and tell them, hey man, you're in an area where you're not supposed to be, it's private property, they want you to leave. And I gotta tell you, 99% of the time that works. And what doesn't work is us just showing up with the van and throwing people in it and taking them to jail. Because that just creates a lot of hostility. So what we've developed is, we get the complaint, either my team or patrol will go out and investigate it, give them ample warning and say, hey, you got a couple days to break this down, otherwise we're gonna come through and start citing people. And then in the interim, we're supposed to try to get out there and provide services or whatever it is. So hypothetically, there's supposed to be a warning, and then there's, action after that.